Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I've created this effect tentacle using ribbons in UE4 Niagara. And if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe, and if you like this tutorial, please share, like, comment, and thanks for watching this video, and let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So I have this empty folder tentacle, and this is the reference we will follow, this static tentacle with this effect. And if you go to the exact link, the ArtStation, the main link, it is also in action, but we will do that maybe in other video. Today I will just cover this static thing, how you can make these type of tentacles using ribbon, random things. So today we will cover this. Maybe hopefully someday I will create this type of animation with these. So this is a link I will provide in my description also. So here in this folder, first I'll create the label also. Okay, and I'll just save this in my tentacle folder. So this is the map we have. Okay, and here I will create first I will create a basic material, M ribbon, and just basic color for now, particle color in emissive, or I think maybe in this one, and that's it. And then I will create a FX fountain and FX tentacle. Save all, open this. I'll remove this and take a ribbon here, and in ribbon I will use that material, this one, and also go down, instead of plane I will use tube with 16 subdivisions. Okay, so I'll delete all these things, and I will use here infinite. It is let's remove this and use initialize ribbon, 2 life and 2 loop, so it is infinite. And then I'll take the burst, maybe 100 particles, and nothing is visible. I'll make the ribbon maybe 30, and then here in I'll select this, first rename this tentacle, and select this and search here position, drag this into your particle spawn, and I'll break this, and then here I will multiply this with execution index, and if I increase this value, you can see we have now height of our ribbon. Okay, and sometime it gives you some issues, so what you can do before this module creating anything, you can create a scratchpad module and just here set the ribbon link order with execution IDs, so now it will not give you any issue. Just move it here. Okay, and you can just rename it as like execution ID to ribbon link order. Okay, so we are just using that ID for ribbon link order, and now this is working fine, and this is also should scale from top to bottom. So I will take the scale actually ribbon width, and you can increase or decrease it. So you can use the curve here, and after the curve you need to use here execution index, and it's working fine. So you can make these curves like this. Okay, and I think this should be like this. Yeah, anything that you want. So this is the now height, and to bend it like reference randomly, what you need to do, because in position we are using Z for the height, so for the bend we can use X and Y. So let's say in X I use curve and I connect it with the execution index, and now with curve if I increase this value, you can see it's bending, it's actually moving top. And if I put some keys like here, and we can also smooth these key like this, and you can just put random keys to make it like this. So we have this, and I don't want my bottom to move much, so I will just make this first key at point 1, and then you can smooth this like this. Okay, so we have this, and with this scale curve I can move this positive or negative, keep in mind. And then I will just copy the same curve of X and paste it on Y, and similarly I can move that with the scale on Y. So I can randomize these things, and how I'll do that, here in emitter spawn I will create set new or existing parameter, and I will create float, and this will be rand X. Then I'll make another float rand Y, and another float rand C, and I'll just make this value, this X value, random minus 1 to 1, and I'll just copy this thing on my Y, and then here in position I will link these to random X, and this one to random Y. And this Z value is like we are using 200 minimum, and maximum we can use like 400 or 500. So for the Z I'll paste that same thing and change the value to 200 and 500. Then here I will link it with random Z. So what will happen now, if I just make this like local space and I'll drag this into the viewport, we have one tentacle. But the cool thing is, if you copy this, it will be random every time you copy it. Alt press and Alt hold and move, so every time it is random, and you can just select all and move these like here, and it will be random. Okay, you can randomize the values even more. These are 1, so you can use like 5 minus 5 minus 5, so there will be much more randomness, but we don't need this much randomness. And these curves also should be not like that, so I will slightly edit these curves. Maybe like this, and I will not use this much value, maybe 3 minus 3 is enough. Okay, and to make them slightly moving, although these are not moving, these are completely static, and these are like just arc, so you can make that thing also. So in position, just don't use these much keys, just use 1 or 2 and make proper arc. So now it has just arcs. Okay, and you can also add here curl noise, and if you increase like 500, it's just disturbing it too much. So, and I will just animate it 1.5.2, and let's make this 1, but it is like completely moving. I don't want bottom to move. So what I'll do, I'll make this curve and connect it with execution index, and first key will be like at point 1 or point 2 it is 0, and at 1 it is like 100. So only the top part will move, not bottom part, but the animation is same for all. And let's increase the life. So I'll just make these like 20, and this also 20. So if I play, these are all moving with the same speed and everything. So what you can do, you can randomize these things. So like what you can do, you can just break this and use the same random x and y. So you can just connect random x here, random y here. You can make this like 0.5. See, now these are all randomly moving. Okay, and one more thing I think we can use, let me check, spring, and let's set the initial position, so it will try to manage position to initial position. So these will not like disturb too much, these will just move like this. So you can see, you can use it somewhere. Cool. So these are moving. I think I can increase the strength little bit, like 200, not little bit, I can double it. Yeah, now it looks cool. And also I can make this frequency maybe 5. Let me check. Yeah, it is wavy now. It looks cool now. And ribbon width is 30, and if I randomize it, it will again disturb this ribbon like this, 30, 20, 50. See, it's not looking good. So you can create again here, or you can create this thing, this is scale. So instead of this initial, you can also scale it from here, but I will use that. So we were using 30, and I want some are 30, some are 60. So here I will again create a float, random width, and I will use random strength 30 to 60, and initial strength random width. So here now you can see the change. It looks really cool. I'll just save this, save all, and let's apply some material like this. So it has this circular thing, and let me check if I have any texture like this. So if I search the texture in my whole project dots, I have, I think, drop. Yeah, we can use this. I have this blood drop that we can use, I think, or maybe star. We can use these drops. These are very small, but we can scale. So I'll just open this material, ribbon, and I'll use this texture here. Close these things, and it is like blue then purple dots. So you can take a lerp, and instead of this I'll take two colors, blue, dark blue, and purple. I'll connect these here, connect it to emissive, sorry, this, and I'll use here a power node, and I'll decrease the value 0.2, 0.1, 0.001. So it increasing little bit size, and then we can use the tiling 0.5, 0.5. Let's see how it looks. We can increase this, like I can just make a texture quickly actually, or let's open the Photoshop. Don't be lazy. I was just thinking I can reuse. No. So Photoshop, it's opening. Okay. Create new 1K texture. I'll make it black, then new layer, brush, and not this hardness, reduce the hardness. Yeah, so for some I'll make bigger one, then some smaller one, and then we need to make this offset, so I can make some here. So it looks stylable now. Yeah, so I was on phone call, sorry. So I'll just save this, and on H drive dots, and here I'll import that text, so H drive dots, and I'll use this here, and just directly connect it, and I think tiling 1-1 will work fine. No, actually I'll make a bigger brush, then offset, because you will have some issues like this. Again offset. Everything's fine now. I'll just replace it. And re-import. Okay, so now we need to just stretch. It's stretching, so on this axis we need to tile it 0.5, 2, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. We are not like making exact same, but yeah, it is fine. And this blue color will be a little bit more darker. And one more thing I can do here in this texture, let's combine these, merge these, and make the normal map of this. Just hit OK with default settings and save it as dots normal. I'll import drag. So tiling should be same. Yeah, it looks fine, but the normal map, yeah, it looks fine to me. Yeah, it is fine. And one more thing you can do, you can like this texture, you can take a power node and increase this. No, it will not work properly, let it be. So I'll do one thing, I'll just take this lerp and connect this value in B and make the 1 0 and use the same mask, connect it to emissive. Yeah, now it's cool. And I'll just use a material for this floor and floor, and then we need infinite, and I'll just use this image effects and also exponent height fog, make this I think gray and 5 and little more darker. Yeah, so this is now in focus, and you can just place randomly. I have very squarey look, so you can do that also in emitter if you want. You can just spawn these on a other particle system and that can scatter randomly. Okay, so now we have this. I will just need to set up the base, this thing, and we are ready to go. And this is also pink from the bottom. So in material you will take a texture coordinate, shift C for mask and the red channel, and then power, increase this and multiply this with pink color, and then this will add on your emissive. So whatever you, oops, I need to save, add on your emissive and connect this here. So this will be pink from bottom and all your, it's not visible much. Okay, yeah, I think we need to change this to green. Why it's not visible? Let me just remove this power and let's check the gradient. Okay, so need to invert this, so I will make 1 minus here, and now you can decrease this, increase this to 8 or 10. Yeah, still this is too much, so I will make this maybe 20. Yeah, so bottom is burning and this yellow patch, just select this exponent height for and just go down and make this black. Okay, we just almost there, just need to make this effect. So first we have, let me open a new tab. Yeah, so it is bigger now, we can check. So it has some decal type thing and then this dust type thing, which is, yeah, ash type thing. So I have already, or let's create it again for you. So I'll just take, okay, so stop working, right click and everything. So I'll just quickly restart my project. Okay, so I'll make a material M, what you say, energy or anything, let's say that coming out of the ground thing. So what you can do, you can take a noise texture T and select noise and take this default noise texture, preview this. Why is not coming noise? I'll take another one like this one. Yeah, so we have this noise texture now, and I can take a radial. There are lots of ways to do this, and the first thing came in my mind is using a radial and masking it through this. So if you multiply these together, of course you have this thing, and I will decrease the radius to 0.5, 0.2, and then what you can do, you can take this noise texture again and you add this noise texture to distort the radial ring, this thing, and to control it you can take the multiply here to control like 0.1, 0.2, and you can just take the panner and pan these both texture 0.1, 0.2, 0.5 and 0.3, and one panner here, a random value 0.3, 0.4, and see this random thing, and take a particle color, connect it and multiply this with particle color and multiply this with opacity. And one more thing I'll do before adding it to color, because here you can see this is glowy, then eroding that glowy part becoming black. So here I will subtract this thing before adding it to color, and I'll take the dynamic parameter. This is erode emissive part, erode emissive, and make this translucent and non unlit, two-sided, and then I will again take a subtract, and this is erode opacity. I'll just rename it as erode, and then this is our distortion of ring, so I will rename this distort. That's it, save for now, although you can do lots of things in this. So in this here I'll need emitter, so I'll just duplicate this, and this is like energy, isolate this, I don't need this, sprite renderer, then I'll use this material here, I don't need this, I need curl noise, I'll just off this for now, I need this thing also, I don't need this, and spawn rate, maybe 20, and initial particle. Okay, so I need area, so I will use cylinder location, and radius is 100, height will be 0, and then velocity and initial size, let's say 100 for now, and dynamic parameter. So now it is visible. I'll use the color pink color, the same color, and increase this alpha to 10 or 20. Okay, and here I will use random, and this is also random. Then this is going up, so in dynamic parameter I want to erode emissive part, so curve, and 0 to 1 it's eroding. Okay, and then I'll copy the same curve on this thing and make this after 0.5. so first the pink color will erode, then this black color will erode, and this is distort, so I can use it randomly, 0.5 and minus 0.5, and then life would be random, and let's check it with all same. Yeah, so now this will be 50, 20, and the cylinder radius will be 50 or maybe 40, and also I'll make this velocity align. And now I will turn on my curl noise, reset these things, 1.5.2, 100, 500, 50, 200. I think it's enough, and I'll increase this to 50. So first this color will be very bright, maybe 100, not 100, 10, and then particle will also change the size, so I will take the size and just use this curve, and also spawn rate will be like 10. So, and radius will be like 40, and velocity it will be random, so I'll use 80 and 20. And curl noise I will decrease it to 100. Okay, so now we have this, and now we want this base. So for base I'll use kind of same thing, although you can use the same thing. So if I duplicate this energy 1 and just duplicate this emitter also here, and just change the material because I will edit it, and I will remove these things, remove curl noise, remove drag, remove velocity, remove this thing, spawning, maybe I will use 10, and custom alignment, custom vector, and here align sprite to mesh orientation on Z axis, and make this bigger like 100, no, 300 and 200. And this distortion you can decrease 0.1 minus 0.1, so it will be kinda same thing, it's kinda round. And also you can decrease this value to 0.2, it will not completely erode. And also there should be one thing, you can use it like this, and this key will be 1 1, and the center key will be 0, and same thing here, 1 1 0. But this will not, I will not make this I will not use curve here. Let's make it 0.2. Okay, and life is 2 and 1.5, and this is very fast, so I can just change the panning 0.05, 0.02, 0.03, 0.01. It's not looking cool. Yeah, let's edit the material. Okay, so what I need to do here, reset the values to 0 and 0 and distort value 0.1. So you have this and you just want core to be brighter and then it is rotating. So what I'll do, I'll remove this thing from here now, and also this thing, just connect it to emissive, opacity, and multiply this with the color pink, maybe 10. Connect this and you can increase this and you can multiply this to make opacity higher, like this, 20. Okay, and also this to 50, 3, and then not 3, 4. I will remove the panner and I'll take the rotator. Yeah, so it's rotating. And the center should be very round, so I will take this radial and just add it here on the color, and then reduce the radius to 0.1, and I will decrease the density also 0.1. okay, and distortion will be like 0.1, 0.05. So now we can just use one particle here, burst, and the size will be the same, maybe 800, 700, and I can increase this to 200 and this to 4. Why it's not visible? What happened? Yeah, so yeah, life is I'll make this just infinite, so once spawned and life is infinite. Okay, and that rotation speed and the size I will make the random, so it is 700, so I will use it 600, 700, and it is same for all. It is very big actually, 500, 400. So now one more thing, let me make it 5 again, and now I need a dynamic parameter, and this is rotator, so I will use here time multiply to adjust the speed. So this is rotator, then this is distort, distort. That's it. I'll just save this, and here in dynamic parameter reset these values, this, and make the rotation speed actually negative 1 and 1, and the distortion minus 0.1 and 0.1. So it will be now different for each. You can also add light. So what you can do, copy this or this, anyone, light, and just here I will add a light and make this brighter. I don't need dynamic parameter or this thing, just one particle, and I'll move this little up, maybe 20, and light 5. Yeah, so now it will be 1. If I make it on 0, let's drag it here, and you can yeah. So if I increasing this height, oh, what I just did, okay, so 0.5, yeah, it's not working pretty good. So because my materials are unlit and it's covering the ground, but yeah, you can see it looks really cool. It's look really cool. Anything left? This blue material also have some normal map, but it's okay. We can edit our post slightly. So in bloom, or we can add it to global. I think that's it. I think that's it. You learned something new today, I think. So I'll just finish this video, and I hope you have learned something. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, and bye bye.